Hello my dear friends, welcome back to my Armenian Duduk channel. Today I want to show you another beautiful program which I discovered just 2 days ago. Someone of you told me about this and I liked it so much that I decided to make another similar video on this topic. So the topic is how to learn any Duduk composition just by yourself. And in today's application it is not only possible to do it by cutting the composition in short pieces, by looping them and slowing them down so you can hear any aspect, any note, any ornament of the composition and trying to play along with it and repeat it and finally memorize it fully. But today's application will be able to give us the possibility also to play the drones and to pitch them a little bit up and down so that you don't move pitching up and down in half steps like it was in the previous lesson with the program Neural Mix Pro and with the previous ones Amazing Slowdowner. But here you are also able to go really in sense up and down, making the composition sharper or flatter. Many times we really having like sharper or flatter reeds on our Duduk. We just need something which allows us to bring the pitch a little bit like 10-20 cents sharper or flatter, up or down, you know, something like this. And if you don't have any application for doing this, you can use this one, the program which is called Capo. It is not only able to give us all the functions of the previous ones I told you about, the Neural Mix Pro and the Amazing Slowdowner, but it gives also one more beautiful functionality, and this is pitching up and down a little bit, and also a couple of functions more which are not so much useful for our purpose. So if you want this application, which is free as I told you, you can go to the Apple Store. The program is available on the Mac OS platform. I guess it's not for Windows, although I haven't checked it. Actually, if you type Capo, you will find this program here, which is also a choice of Apple Store. It's not only good, but is even chosen by the Apple Store. It's recommended, and it's for free, and only a couple of functions are not free, like after you have changed the composition, like you pitched the key up or down, and then you want to export the file into the separate MP3 or whatever, then you have to pay for the full version of the program. But unless you don't need it, you just can use the free version as I'm doing now. After this you have it here. It's a little window where you can drag your music, like import, let's say, or you can go through the menu of file. You can open it with the file. Let's take some of the compositions I used in the previous lesson. Let's say the Gevorg Debagyan, Overnkan, his version, one of the most famous version played on Duduk. Yeah, the title is here on the top, Overnkan, and as I already know and you know from the previous lesson, this composition is played by Gevorg on the Duduk in B flat. It's not on the classic A size, A Duduk, but on the B flat. So if the Overnkan is played in Shur, starting from 5 fingers, so the bass is the minor scale and the variation of the minor scale is Shushtar, the Middle Eastern scale, it must be played in C minor by Gevorg if he takes the Duduk in B flat. So, and the program, I didn't tell you, the program has this amazing key function again. All the functions are, by the way, here on the left side from the time, and one of them is the beautiful function key. So if you go here, you will find that the program is showing you already. It's recognizing the key, and it shows us C minor, which means the key note is the note of C. That means Gevorg Debagyan is playing B flat Duduk, C Shushtar, but the program is of course not able to recognize the Eastern scales, so it shows us the bass, which it is able to recognize the C minor, no? And the first thing we have to do if we want to learn exactly from this composition, not from Karuna lessons or any other YouTubers, but from Gevorg recording, and you have only your duduk in A, what do? You just go half step down, pitching the whole thing down to B minor, because on the duduk in A, 5 fingers, shushtar, starting from the note of B, no? And here we see already it's in B. So now it is played in as if Gevorg Debagyan is playing it on the duduk in A. So originally it was like this. See? Half tone sharper, but Gevorg, the original playing, but we need it in B. That's why we're going half step down. In case you don't have duduk in A, but you just have duduk in G, some people do, they don't have the classic size, they just start from G or from whatever key, then of course the 5 fingers on G duduk will be A, no? And like this, from the original one we go 3 steps down, 3 half steps down, sorry, so we come to A minor. As if Gevorg Debagyan is playing on the duduk in G. And in order to be able to hear all the little aspects and ornaments, you have to loop it, and then you have to speed it down. I make it closer. This is the first phrase on the normal speed, at the normal speed. And I want to learn it, no? For this, what I have to do, I have to define what will be the loop from where to where. And for the loops, we have the function which is called regions here in this program. I click the regions, and then I have to click this little button here. What I see is this area of looping, and you can extend it to the left, to the right, and to the left if you want, you know. And you can also make it more narrow. Just looping only the area you really need. Maybe you cannot memorize the full phrase because it contains too many notes. Maybe you just want to have 2 or 3 notes, and then you just you just loop only this little thing, and then you play it by clicking space button. It just has only 3 notes. I want to learn this loop, you know, and then I go again to this functions menu, and here we have the function of speed. I go here into the speed, and now it is on 100% here, but I can move it down or even up, you know, but we need to move it down. Now it is slow, which is just 60% of the speed. We can make it even slower. And like this you really zoom in listening what is going on in the composition and trying to repeat. After you have memorized the piece you have chosen, you can move the area to the next one, let's say starting from here, no? Beautiful program, I love it. Let's say like this, and then speeding it down. You see, you can hear every little ornament, and according to your understanding of the duduk, of the physics, of the technique, and like how able are your fingers to repeat what is doing Gevorg Debagyan, you are able to not only to recognize but to repeat after him. So to unloop something, I just go back and put it into the basket. What do we have more here? We have markers. Markers are also beautiful things. Say, okay, in this spot there is something which I have to come back to later, or this is something difficult here and I have to pay more attention here, or whatever meaning could this marker have for you. Maybe you don't want to waste much time now here with more difficult ornaments. You can just memorize the whole composition first and then go to the more difficult ones, and they are already marked by you, so you know exactly where to do what. We put the marker, let's say here, you know, it saves all the markers, or maybe here, and then you know, you can go to the controls and you can jump between the markers. You heard something interesting and you want to not to forget about this, and then you mark it, then you put the markers. And here we have the function of playback, which I found also quite nice. It has some more features here, but one of them is just you let's say you set the marker at any spot, and then you can, by clicking the space button, you can always start from this place. Let's say you just want to memorize one spot. You don't want to loop it so that you have to wait till the loop goes to the end and then starts from the beginning. You just want to do it by yourself. You know, it's not for you for playing along with it, but just to listening and memorizing, which is quite good. Maybe from here. Wow, nice ornaments. And it's enough, and I want to replay it from the same place again and again, manually, not automatically by looping, but just manually. At the speed you have chosen, you know. This is a great function. Let's close this file and go to another one. Let's say again one of those compositions I used in the previous lesson. This one by Levon Minasyan, which has also beautiful arrangement. Not only drone and the duduk, but it also has beautiful, nice arrangement with the chords and stuff like this. And this program allows you to see what chords are used here in the form of guitar chords, you see. Maybe if you want to, if you are a multi-instrumental guy and you want to record the guitar, you know, or the piano, and then you want to record the duduk on the top and all those things, this program gives you the chance to see the actual chords here. You can see them in form of guitar chords or in form of piano chords. Shows you how to play it on piano, chords here and there, which is great. I'm not using it, I cannot play this kind of instruments. I don't know how to make arrangements, but if you can do it, it will help you, definitely. And another function I wanted to tell you about today, let's close this one and open one of the drones. If you don't have any application which gives you the opportunity to play just the drones and to pitch it a little bit up and down, you know, because sometimes it's really necessary, it's not good enough just to move it in half steps. This program is also able to give you the chance to move by as many cents as you need. Let's say, let's go to some drone studio mix. I have many drones like this, just as MP3 files. I can also drag it into this capo program and play it here. But let's say my reed is a little bit sharper, no? And I don't want to put more threads on it or roll paper around the bottom of the reed. I just want to have some drone which is able to be adjusted to my current reed. So the program is hanging a little bit. So, and this function is here. This is the pitch. What is the difference again between key and pitch? In the key function we go half tones, half steps up and down, no? But if we go to pitch, we can do it manually, slowly. You see, we can go +10, +20. I guess the half step is +60. So, but we can go +30, +20. So like this is, if your reed is sharper and you don't want to do anything with it, you can just play with the pitch here in the program. That's it. I think that's enough for today. Just get this program, it's for free. Unfortunately, it's only for macOS, I guess, but you Windows guys, you can also check it for yourself. Great in use, very simple, very comfortable. All the functions are here. That was Karuna. See you guys again. Bye bye.